Dear child, this message comes to remind you of something important and deeply true. Something beautiful has been seen in you, something you may not have fully recognized yourself. A person who is meant to matter in your future noticed a depth in you that went far beyond appearances. It wasn't your looks, your style, your voice, or the way you present yourself. It was your spirit. It was the quiet strength you carry, the purity in your intentions, and the way you keep showing up with love even after life has tested you again and again. If you have ever felt invisible, misunderstood, or overlooked, this message is meant to speak directly to that place in you, because this time, someone didn't just see the surface. They saw who you really are. They saw your patience when others rush. They saw your restraint when others react. They saw how you stayed kind even when you had every reason to harden. They noticed how you kept your faith, your values, and your integrity when it would have been easier to give up or blend in. And that realization stopped them in their tracks. There was a moment when something clicked inside them. It wasn't loud or dramatic, but it was powerful. Their heart recognized something their mind couldn't explain. It felt like clarity, like peace, like a quiet knowing. They didn't just feel attracted to you, they felt drawn to you. And once that happened, they couldn't undo it. Your presence stayed with them. Your energy lingered. Your name echoed in their thoughts, especially in quiet moments and late at night. They think about the way you carry yourself. They remember small details you probably forgot. The way you listen, the way you speak with honesty, the way you don't need to impress anyone, the way your silence holds weight. They saw your scars, not as weakness, but as proof that you endured and still chose love. That kind of strength doesn't intimidate the right person, but it does humble them. It makes them pause and reflect on themselves. They didn't expect to feel this way. They may have met many people before you, but none made them feel grounded and awake at the same time. Something about you feels rare to them. You don't feel chaotic or confusing. You feel steady. You feel real. You feel like someone who values depth over attention, truth over performance, and commitment over gains. And that realization has been slowly changing them from the inside. They have tried to ignore it. They have tried to distract themselves with work, routine, or other people, but the feeling keeps returning. It shows up when they least expect it. It follows them into their thoughts, their dreams, and their prayers. It's not obsession, it's awareness. It's the sense that they encountered something meaningful and shouldn't walk away from it. What they feel for you is not shallow. It's built on respect. They admire your character, your self-control, your emotional depth, and the way you remain gentle without being weak. They notice how you stayed soft even when life bruised you. They notice how you didn't become bitter. And that touches something deep inside them, because they know not everyone can love like that and survive like that at the same time. That is also why they feel nervous. Loving someone like you feels serious. It feels like responsibility. It feels like something you don't rush or treat casually. They sense that you are not here for temporary connections or half-effort love. They know you value sincerity, safety, and depth, and before they step forward, they want to be sure they are ready to meet you at that level. Right now, they are gathering courage. They want to speak to you. They want to be closer. They want to express what they feel. but they are careful. They don't want to approach you with confusion or fear. They want to come with clarity, honesty, and respect. They are learning, growing, and in some ways healing, because they understand that you deserve someone who is emotionally and spiritually prepared. They have spoken to God about you, even if you don't know it. In quiet moments, they've asked for guidance and confirmation. Sometimes the confirmation isn't a sign in the sky, but the peace they felt around you. Sometimes it's the way your presence calmed them. Sometimes it's the way your memory keeps returning, no matter how hard they try to move on. Their spirit already knows what their mind is still processing. They are also afraid of missing their chance, afraid that if they wait too long, you might move forward without them, afraid that someone else might see your worth and honor you the way you deserve. That fear is pushing them toward action, even if slowly. Something inside them is saying that losing you would feel like losing something sacred. Meanwhile, you may feel like nothing is happening. You may feel forgotten, unseen, or tired of always being the one who sees beauty in others. But this message is a reminder that just because you don't see movement doesn't mean there isn't any. Some things move quietly. Some changes happen internally before they show up outwardly. And sometimes silence isn't absence, but preparation. You don't need to try harder. You don't need to change yourself. You don't need to perform or compete. What touched them was not effort. It was your essence. It was who you are when you're not trying. Your honesty, your endurance, your faith, and your quiet light already spoke louder than words ever could. If they are quiet right now, it is not because they don't care. It is because they care deeply and don't want to mishandle something precious. They are trying to do this the right way. They are learning patience. They are learning courage. They are learning how to love with intention instead of impulse. So remain at peace. Stay grounded. Keep your heart clean and your boundaries strong. Trust that what is meant for you will not pass you by. You are not forgotten. You are seen. Someone recognized the beauty you forgot you carried, and it has already begun to change them. And in time, what is meant to meet you will find its way forward. In the right moment, with the right energy, and with the respect you deserve. They don't want a shallow version of you or a surface connection. They want the real you, the deep you, the part of you that carries God's touch and shines quietly without needing to be seen. At first, they tried to resist it. They tried to deny what they were feeling, to reason their way out of it, to tell themselves it wasn't that serious. But once someone truly sees what God placed inside you, they can't erase that image from their heart. It stays. It follows them. It changes them. Something about you reached them beyond attraction. It was the way your presence felt calm instead of chaotic. The softness in your voice that carried safety. The strength in your silence that showed self-control, not distance. The way you loved without chasing attention. The way you stayed loyal in a world that constantly offers replacements. They noticed the things you thought were invisible, and those things began to reshape how they saw love itself. As they started to understand what you carried, they realized something uncomfortable and beautiful at the same time. They had been searching their whole life, not for a body, not for excitement, but for a soul that felt like peace. And in you, they felt that peace. That realization pushed them inward. They began praying more honestly, thinking more deeply, reflecting more carefully, not because you demanded change, but because your presence awakened something they could no longer ignore. Now, they're doing things they never thought they would, writing thoughts they once kept buried, speaking prayers they were afraid to pray, making plans they once avoided because commitment scared them. They're removing distractions that once numbed them, stepping away from confusion that kept their heart divided, choosing clarity over noise, because deep down, they know that if this connection is real, it can't be handled carelessly. This kind of love asks for truth. It asks for purity of intention. It asks for maturity, and they're slowly, sincerely rising to meet that standard. They've admired beauty before. They've been attracted before, but this felt different. This didn't just stir desire. It humbled them. It made them reflective. It made them afraid of losing something sacred. It made them ask themselves hard questions like, what if I let fear ruin this? What if I hesitate too long? What if someone else sees their worth before I do? That fear didn't push them away. It woke them up. It shook them out of delay, because loving you doesn't feel casual to them. It feels weighty. It feels like a responsibility, like a calling they shouldn't mishandle. They sense that God has been trying to get their attention through you. And this time, they don't want to turn away. They don't want to spiritualize their fear or hide behind excuses anymore. They want to honor what was revealed to them. You carry a kind of beauty that doesn't shout, but stays. A kind of purity that doesn't demand attention, yet leaves an imprint. Your presence feels peaceful, almost like prayer. Your eyes feel calming, like rest. Your energy feels safe, not chaotic. They want to return to that feeling, to the peace they felt when you smiled, to the gentleness they felt when you looked their way, to the sense that heaven felt closer when you were near, even during your quiet seasons, even when you pulled back to heal, even when you chose silence over explanation. They still noticed you. They saw your honesty. They saw your boundaries. They saw that you didn't settle just to be chosen. And instead of feeling rejected, they felt respect grow, because your boundaries taught them that real love isn't desperate. Real love is intentional. Real love knows its value. The world celebrates loud love, dramatic love, attention-driven love. But what pulled them in was your quiet glory, your calm confidence, your steady heart, your ability to love without losing yourself. You didn't chase. You didn't force. You didn't prove. You simply became more yourself, and that growth made your presence even stronger. It showed them that you trust God with timing, and that kind of trust is rare. Now their heart is catching up to what their spirit has known for a while. They feel the urge to reach out, to close the emotional distance, to speak clearly instead of hiding behind silence. Not because someone pressured them, but because something inside them was revealed. They feel like God uncovered the truth of who you are. And now, pretending not to see it feels impossible. To them, you don't feel like an option. You feel like an answered prayer, like peace in human form. And even if the world wouldn't understand the depth of what they feel, they believe heaven has its hand on this story. They trust that what God speaks, He completes, that what He plans, He fulfills, and that belief is giving them courage. So if you've been tempted to panic, to doubt, to wonder if you should chase or explain yourself, the message is simple. Don't. Stay steady. Stay faithful. Stay gentle. Stay aligned. What's happening now isn't pressure. It's revelation. It's awareness rising. It's truth surfacing. They didn't fall for your appearance first. They fell for your spirit, your character, the way you carry yourself, the way you heal instead of harden, the way you choose peace instead of chaos. And now thoughts of you keep returning, not as obsession, but as recognition. When they close their eyes, you appear. When they pray, your name surfaces, not because they idolize you, but because something in them knows this connection matters. They are finally seeing all of you, and that clarity is making them braver. Because love like this asks for action. It asks for consistency. It asks for integrity. It asks for heaven's approval. And in their heart, they feel that heaven has already said yes. Now their life is slowly aligning with that yes. You didn't demand change from them, but your peace convicted them. Your light exposed areas in them that needed healing. Your strength challenged their excuses. You made them face fears they had avoided for years. And instead of resenting you, they're grateful because they feel themselves becoming more real, more grounded, more whole. They're learning that real love doesn't just feel good. It transforms, it matures, it awakens, it draws the soul home. And they don't want to mishandle what God has touched. They don't want to approach you halfway. They don't want to come with confusion or mixed intentions. They're praying for wisdom, for timing, for the right words. They want to show up correctly. This is deeper now. It's heavier. It's no longer just emotion. They feel responsible for how they handle your heart, responsible for honoring your silence, responsible for protecting your name even when you're not present. They're preparing themselves, not rushing, not hiding, but aligning. They've imagined the moment many times, seeing you again, hearing your voice again, meeting your eyes again, saying what they were too afraid to say before. And every time they imagine it, it overwhelms them in a quiet, humbling way because they realize you mattered more than they admitted. This isn't a fantasy. It's a real, God-guided love story with waiting, healing, testing, and growth. And that's why it has weight, because what's real can survive pressure. What's real becomes stronger through time. Your stillness was not wasted. Your healing was not wasted. Your tears were not wasted. Your boundaries were not pushing love away. They were preparing space for the right kind of love to enter correctly. And when they finally speak, when they finally stop hiding and say what's been burning inside them, you may be surprised by how closely they were paying attention all along. Your words, your actions, your silence. They noticed more than you ever realized. Because when someone truly sees the kind of beauty that changes them from the inside, they don't walk away forever. If their heart is sincere, they return differently, with more respect, more maturity, more reverence, more readiness. So keep becoming. Keep choosing peace. Keep trusting God with timing. Keep honoring your own heart. Let what is meant for you arrive cleanly, honestly, and fully through clarity, alignment, and a love that is finally ready to stay.